Hello, girls. Today we'll talk about microeconomics and macroeconomics. When we talk about microeconomics, it talks about the actions of an individual firm, and an individual household, market, industry, etc. While in macroeconomics, what do we study? We study the aggregate behavior of the whole economy, right? It studies the economy as a whole. It assesses not a single unit but combination of all the units like firm, household, nation, etc. Now let us look at the differences between macroeconomics and microeconomics. Starting with the first one is the meaning. Now when we talk about the meaning, as you will understand by now, that in microeconomics we study the behavior of individual economic units, that is household, firm, market, industry, etc. While in macroeconomics we study the behavior of the whole country or whole economy. Next is macroeconomics deals with individual economic variables, while macroeconomic deals with aggregate economic variables. Now, the second point of distinction could be business application. Microeconomics is applied to operational or internal issue, while macroeconomics environment and external issues. Next is tools that could be used in microeconomics and macroeconomics. So in microeconomics it is demand and supply, while in macroeconomics it is aggregate demand and aggregate supply. What assumptions are taken in both the economics? So in microeconomics it assumes that all macroeconomic variables are constant, while in macroeconomics it is assumed that all microeconomics variables are constant. Now when we talk about, like for example, if we talk about macroeconomic variables, these are variables like national income, total output of the country, inflation rate, right? So these aggregate demand, aggregate supply, these are macroeconomic variables. Now when we talk about microeconomic variables, it could be price of a commodity, it could be your price of a particular good, or supply of a particular good, or the demand for a particular good. These are these are microeconomic variables. Next is microeconomic deals with theory of product pricing, theory of factor pricing, theory of economic welfare, while macroeconomics deals with theory of national income, aggregate consumption, theory of general price level economic growth. So you should understand, girls, over here, that microeconomics may, we are mostly dealing with the behavior of individual economic units. So that is why there is theory of product pricing. That means that how price of a particular product is decided. All right, so what are the things that decide, that actually affect the price of a particular product, or how price of different factors of production decided, right? What is the theory of economic welfare? This also deals with individual economic units. Now when we talk about macroeconomics, we are talking about the whole country. So national income will be calculated for the whole country. So theory of national income, aggregate consumption, that what is consumption? Whatever is spent on consuming something, right? So that is consumption. So aggregate consumption means overall consumption of the country. The theory of general price is again related to price level, which is present in the country. So that is also calculated for the whole country, not for individual microeconomic units, right? So that is macroeconomics. Next is scope. So microeconomics covers a large variety of questions or issues like demand, supply, product pricing, factor pricing, production, consumption, social, economic welfare, etc. Macroeconomics deals with things like general price level, national income, employment, money, etc. So you can understand that in microeconomics the question is mostly related to individual firms, individual households, individual producers, market, industry, etc. While in macroeconomics mostly the question is related to the whole country. Next is microeconomics. importance of microeconomics, it is helpful in determining the prices of product along with the prices of factors of production within the economy, while macroeconomics maintains stability in the general price level and resolves major problems of the country like inflation, deflation, unemployment, poverty, etc. Microeconomics, what are the limitations? Here it is based on unrealistic assumptions like there is full employment in the society. Now when we talk about full employment, uska kya matlab hai? It means that all the factors of production which are available in the country are fully employed, right? None of the factors of production are underutilized or they are being wasted, right? They are fully utilized, that is known as full employment, but that is not actually happening in any country. This situation of full employment does not exist. So and that is one of the assumptions that are taken under microeconomics, the assumption of full employment in the society, which is not at all possible. Next is macroeconomics. It has been analyzed that fallacy of composition involves, which sometimes proves to be true, because it is not possible, it is possible what is true for the aggregate may not be true for individuals too. Now what does that mean? It means that if we like aggregate meaning overall things, right? Average is being like, for example, if we talk about general price level, right? So general price level is calculated by looking at the price of a particular basket of goods, right? So if the general price level is increasing, so we cannot actually say that price of every product is increasing, right? Overall the price is increasing. So that is what it is saying, that it is possible that what is true for the aggregate may not be true for individuals.